That was your feedback from our last edition of the program. But today, well, let's talk about the security and welfare of the citizens of Nigeria, which the Constitution tells us is the primary responsibility of government. Now, when you ask government, are they on top of this responsibility? Government will say yes. Adequately so? Some might say no, and some might say yes. What about the security operatives themselves? Are they adequately equipped, mentally, emotionally, and physically, to carry on this responsibility? There are various security institutions or agencies in Nigeria at different levels handling different things, specialized institutions as well. How well are they carrying out their responsibilities? Newsnight sat down with the head of one of those security agencies to ask him about their responsibility. Set up in 1967 and expanded in 1970, and then the legal document that is backing their operations was signed into law by former President Obasanjo in 2003. Since then, how effective would they say they've carried out their responsibilities? Our guest on Newsnight is the Commandant General of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Dr. Ahmed Abubakar Audi. He talks to us about their operations, the challenges they have, and what they're doing to ensure that in this new year, things are different. Dr. Ahmed Abubakar Audi, Commandant General of the NSCDC, thank you for speaking with us on Newsnight.
Thank you.
I must say you're a very fine man. Is it the new year that's making you this fine?
Well, I thank God, and that is how God has created me. A very handsome person, you know.
Yeah. Let's hope that we'll be as handsome as this when we get to that age. Let's start off with look at the year 2023.
Yeah.
How would you say the NSCDC performed in the midst of all the challenges that Nigeria has had to deal with?
Oh my God, very good question. The NSCDC, as we are all aware, if you have been following the trajectory of how events unfold and how we do our duties concerning our mandate, you will have seen that, yes, last year was a very turbulent year. But I like to say that the Corps actually triumphed very, very well. If you have been following, like I said, the trajectory of how the Corps does our things, you will have also seen that the Corps has three basic mandates: the protection of critical national assets, the licensing and supervision and monitoring of private security guards, you know, and then provision of security to schools, you know, and then participating in disaster management mitigation, you know, in Nigeria. But I like to say that the Corps has been able to record a lot of achievements despite the challenges that the Corps faced. And so let me say that we fared very well last year. We introduced a lot of innovative reforms. Like when we came on board, we realized that we have to leverage on the existing training schools that we have come to see. And so what we did actually is to expand the training schools, you know, and work on the structures, and then introduce what is called career progression development courses in our training schools.
So when you came in, you thought to look at the welfare of your personnel?
We did. We look at it. We see welfare, yes. We worked on welfare. We provided some platforms on how to improve on the welfare, because when you work on the welfare of your staff, you will have seen productivity. They will give you their best. And so we provided some platforms of provision of housing scheme for our staff. And we worked on our personnel insurance scheme, where we gave a lot of benefits, to our staff who lost their life. We give it to the diseased families, and then even group accident entitlements, burial entitlements, and we're able to pay that for the past 5-6 years in the Corps. It never happened. But when we came, we had to do it to boost the morale of our staff. And so we have done a lot in the welfare scheme. We have also improved in our medical services. We have equipped our sick bay, where we have now our staff, members of our staff, families visit that sick bay, for treatment. So we have done a lot in the area of welfare, to our staff.
Dr. Audi, yours is a very unique organization.
Yes.
Set up in 1967 during the Civil War.
Yeah.
And then expanded nationwide in 1970.
Yeah.
The law that actually gave you people impetus to run, 2003, by the former president Obasanjo.
Yes.
And then amended 2000. So a lot of things have been happening in the Nigeria Civil Defense Corps. But then some will say, in protection of the critical assets, all of that was so that your job is the assets of national assets and the citizens, to protect them and ensure that they are doing what they're doing.
Yes.
Even up to the point of saying, manage the private security organizations. They're under your purview.
Yes.
But you have said last year was really turbulent.
Yes.
Last year we heard a lot about crude oil theft.
Yes.
How were you guys able to manage that? Especially when you were hearing, I'm sure you heard of it, where they tell you that, or even the security personnel are involved.
Well, you see, I think till today, let me say that the mainstay of the Nigerian economy is still oil. And because of the role that the Corps is playing in the protection of critical assets and infrastructure, pipelines that this oil passes through, the protection lies with the Corps. And I like to tell you that we have achieved so much in that area. We have achieved so much. And then, if you not say the thing is rising, I will say no, because we have arrested over 570 suspects of oil theft. These bad guys who have gone to temper and puncture the pipelines, for scoping. We have prosecuted over 400, convicted over 120. So, but you see, what is more worrisome, my brother, is the issue of illegal oil refineries. We have destroyed so far close to 100.
That's just the NSCDC?
Yes.
Not the Navy?
No.
Not the Army?
No.
Okay.
NSCDC. But you see, what is so disturbing is that you destroy today, tomorrow you see reincarnation. So, in fact, you will destroy the same illegal refinery you will destroy, you will see the next day it will come up again. So, it's so disturbing that I don't know, we don't understand what is really happening. But I'd like to tell you that the Corps has developed strategies to deal head-on with this workman. And I want to assure you that with the synergy and the collaboration, because this time around, we have seen the 3 C's really practically, conspicuously in practice: coordination, collaboration, and cooperation between the services.
And it's working?
It's working. It's working very, very well.
So when you hear, yes, over 500 arrested.
Yes.
Prosecuting over 400.
Yes.
Convicted over 100.
Yes.
But you're worried about the proliferation of these refineries.
Yes, illegal
refineries. Yes. Out there, the notion out there is that they are coming up again, even after you've done all that you've done.
Yes.
They keep continuing because some people in power are behind them or are involved. Have you come across some of this, and have you made any arrests in that land?
Well, you see, no doubt.
And we're not asking you to name names, though.
No doubt. The oil theft in the country is properly syndicated. No doubt. And like you rightly pointed out, you realize that the syndicate is like a triangle, where you have, on the one side, you see, you have security agencies. On the other side, you have the oil companies themselves. And on the other side, you have the oil communities. But you see, when we came on board, we strengthened our internal disciplinary mechanism to deal decisively with any personnel who is found culpable in abetting this, or being involved in this illegal this oil theft.
Yeah.
So I want to tell you that on record, we have dismissed over 30 personnel.
Did you just dismiss them?
Dismiss, yes, of course.
You're not prosecuting them.
We do. We are prosecuting some of them. But it's supposed to be in stages. They are in stages. The disciplinary is you take this one step, you conclude this one, tomorrow you take this one. So the first one we did, it depends on the level of involvement. You understand? But so far, what we have done is we dismiss them. You see, we don't want to make it public because it is based on our record. There are certain things that we don't say it outside because of the security implication of it. Because of national security importance. So, but I'd like to tell you that the Corps has decisively taken some measures, actually to nip this problem in the bud. And come this year that we are in now, you will see drastically reduction in this area of illegal oil refinery.
Okay, so you're dismissing. You said you've dismissed over 30.
Yeah.
But you don't even have enough personnel to secure the citizens of this nation and the critical assets that you have to work with. How are you coping?
The nation is grossly under-policed. My brother, if you amalgamate the number of all security agencies put together, whether military, police, paramilitary, and intelligence community, I don't think we're up to 1.5 million. In fact, that is why we are leveraging on the spread of the private security organization, private security companies, because we are mandated to preside over them, to regulate them, and because of their spread, they are all over. So we have now entered into close partnership with them in terms of information sourcing. You understand? To really give us information to act on it swiftly. And I think so far we have seen good results from our collaboration with them. Because of the relationship we have with them, we supervise them, we monitor them, we even train them. So it is easy for us to come together with them, the Corps and the private security gas organization. It's easy because of the relationship that we have. And so we have been leveraging on that relationship. And I'd like to tell you that we have recorded very tremendous success. So
if we have this many private security outfits augmenting what you and your sister agencies are doing, one would think that, okay, they would have some level of equipment that they can work with. We're not saying they should bear arms, but we don't even see them with batons or tasers. Batons that the police constables used to use way back, or tasers that could, or pepper spray to help if there's an incident in any place. They're just there. Is it the uniforms that the criminals will be running away from? No. Or are they allowed to carry this kind of? No, they are. They're not allowed No, they are. They are only not allowed to carry arms. But
non-lethal weapons, they can be allowed to carry that based on certification.
Okay.
Yes, there are levels. There are levels. There are different levels of certification that we give for non-lethal.
Like tasers.
Yes, like tasers, like shockers, whatever. And then before you now use it, you have to be trained on it, because there are some of the tasers and shockers that can demobilize a person, and if you're not careful, you can lose the person.
Yeah.
And so the personnel, the private gang personnel, must be trained on how to apply it.
Are you training them in this?
We do train them, because like I told you, we train them, we monitor them, we supervise them. So when they are recruiting, they will have to inform us. And we have our members, because civil defense has a very two distinct advantages. Number one, civil defense does not live in barracks.
Yeah.
Number two, civil defense is trained by virtually all organizations. When I say all organizations, I mean the military, the police,
the DSS.
The DSS, yes, the NIA, we are trained by all these organizations. So we have a comparative advantage that we have knowledge of virtually all the services in us, and that is why some people will call us jack of all trades, but we are master of all, not master of none. So what we do is that we train these private guard owners, do the directors and the personnel, the guards themselves. We train them on how to use or apply these implements.
Okay, so see this. You live with the people. You're closer to you're the closest security outfit to the people.
Very well.
So when you have increase or activities of bandits and criminals increasing, you know where they are.
Yeah.
You know how to deal with them.
Yeah.
Considering the situation we find ourselves in different parts of the country. I mean, Christmas Eve, we heard of the attacks in Plateau. Yeah. Sad one there indeed.
Yeah, very sad.
And even like that, there are other attacks in other places.
Yes.
Taraba, Benue. And in all of these places, we have civil defense commands.
Yeah.
How do you think this matter can be taken care of once and for all?
You see, we have, unfortunately, the nation is passing through a new conflict. This conflict is called asymmetry conflict. It's not the normal conventional war. This conflict needs an advanced counter-revolutionary warfare tactics to deal with it. So, my brother, it has not been easy. But I'd like to tell you that following the events, how they unfold, this insecurity situation, this banditry, because it started from insurgency, terrorism, metamorphosing to banditry, kidnapping, and the rest. I like to tell you that it has been decimated. It is going down. It is going down. Before, you dare not try to move on road from Abuja to Kaduna. Before, you cannot dare it. But now you can move freely and go to Kaduna on the road, because of the proactive measures of the security agencies. And I like to assure you, I like to also tell you that the Corps is involved in all the joint operations nationwide. All the joint operations with the military, the police, the DSS. The Corps is there. Operation Adinkai, Operation Aying Apatima, Operation Wild Stroke. All the joint operation nationwide, the Corps is involved. The Corps is involved. And that is why the Corps can stand high to say, yes, we are also part of this. And with this, I am a practical man. I am a field officer. I'm not an armchair CG. I'm a field officer. I go out and I know what I see. And so this conflict is really degrading. It's coming down. But, and like I told you, this is really the first time we have seen proper coordination and collaboration and cooperation between security agencies.
When you talk about the number of guards per person, it recommended is 1 guard per 25 people. If we were talking at guards, you're talking about at least 10 placement to 100 citizens.
Yes.
Now, in this situation where you said earlier that you don't even have enough personnel, and you're telling the citizens who are afraid to join in securing themselves, practically join, literally join it again?
No. That's not what I'm saying. No.
No, you see, you need the citizens.
Yes, we need
to give you information.
Yes.
That's part of joining. Dr. Audi, if I come and say, Dr. Audi, there's a bicycle here.
Yeah.
I am part of you now. And I pointed at the bicycle to you.
Yes, because you're a stakeholder. It's your nation.
Exactly. So how do you encourage the citizens? How do you get the citizens to get confident enough to come and say, Dr. Audi, see what's going on here? When sometimes it is your personnel, maybe not directly yours,
yes,
but it's security agents who appear to be part of these criminals.
I wouldn't accept what you are saying, but I know that in my own corps, in my service, we have made it abundantly clear severally that any personnel who is involved in any crime, he will face the wrath of the law. And we have been doing just that. And that's why I told you that we have been sanctioning a lot of them. And that is why you see now, civil defense have returned back to limelight.
Yeah.
So because we have come with a renewed vigor to provide safety and security for citizens and critical assets and infrastructure. And that is why we are even protecting schools. If I tell you what we have done,
the Safe School Initiative.
Yes. We have done a lot in that area. Because schools has been part of, the government has already rated schools to be part of critical assets and infrastructure.
Yeah.
And then amazingly, also very disturbing, when we came on board, the mandate that was given to us by the then president was that we should come up with a robust program that will provide safety and security for our schools.
That was the Safe School Initiative.
That was Safe School, yes. This was after the proclamation of the Safe School Initiative by Gordon Brown, Safe School Declaration, when Gordon Brown came to. So, what we did first, when we came into office, was to commission a team of researchers, because I am an intellectual, I'm a researcher, and so I commissioned a team of intellectuals who conducted a research called Vulnerability Survey Analysis of Schools in this country. My brother, if I tell you the shocking data revealed after that research was conducted, you will know that we still have a long way to go in this country. At that time, we realized we got over 81,000 schools in Nigeria. Do you know that over 60,000 schools were porous, no presence of any security, no fencing? Now, that will give you and tell you how vulnerable our children and our teachers are. That was the beginning of how the Corps got involved in Safe School Initiative program. The Corps now launched special squads, including a female division that was established to provide safety and security for those schools nationwide. We had to establish forward operational bases and created a platform called IES. What is IES? IES is Integrated Electronic Arrest Reporting System. It's a platform that has a code that we distributed to most schools. In fact, we included Parent Teachers Association and community leaders, where it's part of the non-kinetic principle approach that the Corps developed us at that time when we came in, so that we can have reports from various communities on the suspicion of bandits who will be planning to lay siege, on our schools to kidnap our children. And with this, I like to tell you that with this strategy, the Corps has responded and thwarted more than 48 kidnap attempts of school children. The recent one, just about 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, is the Katsina Federal University of this summer, where our people had to engage the bandits in a gun duel before the military finally came to join us.
Earlier you talked about when you came on board, what you've done to boost the morale of the people. You also talked about synergy with your sister agencies.
Yes.
So let's start off from that synergy with sister agencies. We know that there have been incidents of clashes between the police and the army. There's also been incidents of clashes between the NSCDC and the police and the other agencies.
Yes.
Can those incidents be done away with once and for all? Is it possible?
Well, let me say yes, and then say also no too. Because, what happens is that, in the field there, sometimes our colleagues from other services, they come, there's this word they say, supremacy of service. But you see, many a times, officers at the top, those who are in the management level, usually understands, and behave very well. They synergize and work together very closely, officers at the top. But where we have problem mostly is the junior ones. And sometimes, my brother, let me tell you, it's as a result of overzealousness. But we know that every service know his or her boundary. You understand? We know our boundaries. Like, for example, let me give you an example. The Corps does not have the same equipment that the military has. I don't know whether you understand something.
Yeah, I understand.
Because we cannot boast of one MRAP in the Corps. But the military has several of it. So if you now meet in the theater where the jungle really matures, the Corps should know who should lead.
Yeah.
Did you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now, if we now talk of going after real hardened criminals, like the armed robbery, hardened criminals who use sophisticated weapons, you now give it to the police. Police is the lead agency in internal security. Are you following what I'm saying?
Yes.
But if you now tell me some people are gathering somewhere trying to break a pipeline, and then you tell me, ordinarily I should be there, without even waiting for you to finish telling me I should be there. So the issue is that agencies should know their boundary. So mostly it's the junior staff that actually cause some of this rift, and it is sometimes lack of understanding, that causes this. But I'd like to tell you that the Corps is poised to cooperate with every service, and that is why I've told you the Corps is an elite organization that has a very two distinct advantage. In the area of training, we attend training with the military. I have attended military courses. Even in my strategic course, the one I attended, MNI, I had generals who were my classmates. I had police, DIGs and AIGs who were my classmates. So once this kind of training is being organized, and then you get officers from other services to join, it increases and improves the synergy, between services. So I think what we need more is more of education, and then to inculcate it in our training programs.
Okay.
For people for personnel to see that we need to really to come together.
Before we get into that training program and what needs to be added, let's go back again and look at the issue of welfare and morale for the personnel. First of all, you're not enough. You said that already.
Yes, we're not.
We need 5 guards. One guard per 10 citizens. We need at least 10 professional security personnel like you per 100 persons. We don't even have enough of that.
We don't.
What more needs to be done How can, in two ways, how can the citizens appreciate you guys the more so that you can do more? And what do you need to do for your personnel for them to arise and go far and beyond what they're doing already?
You see, first, when you talk of welfare personnel, you have to talk of incentives. If you have been following us in the Corps, just this last December, last year, we organized a sports award night and encouraged and gave laurels and awards to our performing athletes who have done the Corps proud.
Come to think of it, the Corps had the best of athletes in this country.
Yes, of course.
Till date.
Of course. So we had to recognize them. We did it. We gave them some recommendation letters. The minister even recommended that they should be promoted, and we did that. And when we got in school, come and see how personnel were so happy. And then, if you also have been following the trajectory of our promotions, you will have seen that this year we have been able to clear the backlog of our promotions for years. This is the first time, unprecedented, that we had over 21,000 personnel promoted at the same time, inclusive of those that have not been promoted for years. This is a form of morale boosting in terms of welfare. We have also been paying benefits, debt benefits that have been piled up for years. When we came on board, we started paying it. Debt benefits, even group accident. Our personnel who were injured in the course of trying to serve the country. Yes, we have given more than 5,000 personnel assistance as far as group accident is concerned. Having one problem with the other. Like, for example, recently, one of our boys was shot in Northeast. He has lost one of the leg. We had to buy a prosthetic. Yes, a leg for the person. If you are not told that it is not the normal leg he has, you will not know. So these are the things that we do to boost the morale of staff. And this issue of promotion is not, it is very discouraging and disheartening, and it kills somebody's morale to serve a country for years, and you know that this promotion, you are entitled to it, and then you serve the country for 6, 7, 10 years, even some 10 years, my brother, and you are not promoted. It kills somebody's morale. And we have been able to clean that up. So I think let me praise myself. I think we have done well so far as far as promotion is concerned.
There's this adage.
When the lizard fell from a local tree, it looks sideways. Nobody. So he had to praise himself.
I have done well. Indeed, we thank you for that. Now, there's so much to speak to you about.
Yeah.
And I know that we don't really have that much time. So let's see. What's the plan for training? For instance, you're talking about some things that need to be added to your training manual, to your training, and how much of trainings you do for your people. One of the things I want to bring in there is the area of civil core relations.
Yes.
Because you live amongst the people.
Yeah.
But sometimes, when some of your people, personnel, when they wear this uniform, the citizen is an entity as far as they are concerned. I am wearing it. Do you know who I am? I am a member of the NSC, Nigeria Securities and Civil Defense Corps. That's who I am. Who are you? Is that part of the training they get?
That is a completely misconception. Because in a training manual, if you look at our training manual, there's what is called, even from our word, from our name, civil defense, there is supposed to be civility in our dealings. So that's what is called civil-military relations. Now, these civil-military relations means integrating, civilian dictates, and then trying to do your duty, in consonance with the global practice in terms of human rights considerations. And so anybody you see as a personnel who is not, doing his duty with diligence, trying to put overzealousness, intimidation. That is his own behavior. But that is not in our character. We have included it in our career. That's what is called career progression development courses that we have introduced. These training courses cut across all ranks, from junior rank to middle cadre to the management and to the top.
Yeah,
there are courses that you must go. That's why I told you. I say, like now we have introduced what is called Commandant General's Conference. We have done a test for it for about a year. So this year, you are going to see a conference that will be enlarged. We are going to start inviting external people like you to come and give us a talk on how to the media relations. How because at the level of management, commanding officers, nationwide, for example, if you gather them, like we'll say 200 of them, you can call it to come and give a talk on how these commanding officers will relate with civilians, and then how to also respond to camera when you are doing this. They call it strategic communication.
Yeah.
So at that level, we want to see professional conduct of our personnel, and we have introduced it in all our training schools using a curriculum. In fact, we commissioned a 10-member committee of intellectuals. A professor was the chairman of that committee, and some retired military officers, paramilitary officers, even from the intelligence community, who sat for 3 months and developed that curriculum for us. It has been approved by our board. The minister, who is the chairman of the board, has approved it, and so we have circulated it to all our training schools. That is the curriculum we are using now, and so that one has reshaped, rekindled, and has given our personnel a new hope. And why did we do it? Because we want to key in to the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President. And so we have introduced what is called renewed vigor in doing our activities, in trying to implement our mandate. We are doing it with all sense of sincerity and patriotism.
Mm-hmm. So, your men and your personnel, your officers and men.
Yes.
Coming in here, I encountered some of them. They were not very civil. No smiles. There's nothing wrong in enforcing the law, but smile while enforcing the law. No smile. They were quite rude, but you're smiling. From the moment I came in here, you've been smiling. You've been quite nice. So, is it not trickling down? Are they not seeing your example?
Well, my people will say that you can force the donkey to the river, but you can't force it to drink the water. But I like to tell you that, first, I'm not an armchair CG. Mm-hmm. I'm highly operational and highly cerebral, and I respect human dignity. Perhaps maybe because I am an intellectual. I teach, and so I respect human dignity, because I cannot see. You can't see tomorrow, and you can never tell that is what is happening tomorrow. So, like I told you, when we came on board, we saw a system that we need to improve upon, and so we are trying to change the psyche of this personnel.
Yeah.
Gradually, and it's not easy to do it at a go. It has to be a gradual thing. So I think, let me assure you that in the next 1, 2, 3 months, when some of them, because right now some of them are in training. They are in various training institutions of the corps doing their training. So as they graduate, because there are many, it's a huge number. The corps is about 60,000 plus, so it's a huge number, and these trainings take some little time. 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, as the case may be, depending on your rank. So as they come out, you see new behavior, you see a change in their behavior. And these things were not happening before.
So it's interesting that they get these trainings, but let me ask you this. What's the minimum wage of a personnel here?
It is not always good for us to... unveil.
It's okay. It's okay if you don't want to unveil it.
But I'd like to tell you that.
Has it been increased or is it going to be increased? Don't tell us a figure. Has it been increased or is it going to be increased?
Well, we just recently had an approval by our Baba, the President of the nation, President Ahmed Tinubu, which we thank him very profoundly. We have just had an approval to increase our
minimum wage.
Yes, some allowances actually.
Okay.
Yes, from part of our salaries.
Okay.
And I know that very soon we'll see the
and
reflection.
everybody will be smiling. That is a major morale booster.
Yeah, it is.
But talking about this matter, as we begin to wind down,
yes.
There's been this conversation in some quarters that the civil defense is closer to the people.
Yeah.
So this idea or these calls for state police, just convert the civil defense to a state police because they're in every command and they know the people.
Yeah.
Do you buy into that?
Absolutely no.
Why?
You see, civil defense is a specialized agency. Civil defense is a specialized agency that has membership with what is called International Civil Defense Organization. This is worldwide. They call it ICDO. ICDO.
International Civil Defense Organization.
Thank you. Now, it is a global thing. So you can't convert it to become a state police. You cannot. It's a specialized agency that is meant to protect, to give certain safety and security for equipment, and then provide, some measures on how to prevent some disasters happening worldwide.
If you emerge with the police force, for instance, you wouldn't want that to happen?
No. That's what we call marriage of inconvenience. That's marriage of inconvenience. The police is the father of all. The police is the head, is the lead agency in international security, yes. But civil defense is a specialized agency created by government to provide safety and security for critical national assets and infrastructure. So it's a specialized agency.
Should there be state police or local government police?
Well,
or should there be, should there be state civil defense corps?
No, we don't advocate
local
for that.
Government civil defense corps?
No, we don't advocate for that. But if you ask me, should I be a state police? I think that question should be asked somebody police, because I'm not a policeman, although I'm a security officer. I'm not a policeman. But in any case, yes, there are some people, some Nigerians are advocating for state police, but I think, to me, we are not yet there. We are not yet there. Because Nigeria is still practicing, trying to perfect democracy. We are out of the 63 years of existence. If you divorce democratic rule from the military, you realize that Nigeria has been dominated by military juntas.
Sure.
And so the practice of democracy has not really gone deep into us, So if you create a state police, for now it will seem to be, let me, if I can say it, to create more problems.
One word for your men and the Nigerians and the Nigerian citizens. If you had a message for your personnel and the Nigerian citizens, what would it be in this 2024?
No, this is going to be a very good year. And one word for my men: they should be more vigilant, they should be more dedicated, they should be more, they should not be overzealous. They should know from our word, civil defense, there should be some element of civility in what we do. Respect human dignity, respect human rights, and the rest. And so what I expect from my men this year is the best. Then Nigerians, coincidentally, my brother, if you go out of this country, you will see Nigerians behaving very well. But back here at home, you will see us doing otherwise.
It's my father's house, I can be free.
It's amusing,
No, it's my house, I can be free.
Honestly, and so but you see, my message to Nigerians is that we should continue to be law-abiding. and that we should learn to be tolerant of this practice of democracy that we're in. We're still in the learning process. In fact, we're still at the tutelage level, because we've just begun. And in fact, this is about the first time, maybe when you take Shagari out, this is about the first time we have a very grass-rooted president as a politician. And so this is the real practice that we have started seeing. And it will take us some time, so Nigerians have to be patient. And let me tell you, our president is a very patriotic Nigerian. He has the passion to provide solutions to each challenge that we are facing. But we have to be patient. I'd like to tell you that his last word to us was that we must synergize very closely. All security agencies must come together really to provide certain security for Nigerians and also to protect critical assets and infrastructure. That is his message. And our minister, very young, vibrant, very superlative, energetic man. He has gingered all of us, all the service chiefs in the interior, to live above board and deliver the message of democracy to Nigerians.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ahmed Abubakar Audi. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you. The show has to come to an end at a point, and this is that point where the show has to come to an end. I want to thank you for letting us be a part of your day. We'd like to hear from you. Let us know what you think about the conversation today. The handles are showing right there on your screen. Also know this, that you can catch up with this conversation and the previous editions of this program we've had. Just go to channelstv.com/podcast to get started. Till we come your way again, it's bye-bye.